कुंज विहारे जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारे जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारे जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारे यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारे जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारे जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारे जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारे यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारे जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki Srila Prabhupada ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrahe. Hare Krishna, welcome you all this morning class on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. On the occasion of Nrisimha Chaturdashi, we will be discussing from Canto 7, Chapter number 9, verse number 24 today, continuing with yesterday's class. Prahlada Maharaj, Pacifies, Lord Nrisimhadeva. With prayers. Tasmat amu tanubhritam aham ashishah aknyah ayuhu shriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirincyat na ichhami te vilulitan uruvikramena kalatmana upanaya mam nijabhritya pashvam. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Ayushriyam vaibhavam Ayushriyam vibhavam Aindriyam avirincyat Nechhami te vilulitan uruvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya pashvam. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Ayushriyam vibhavamayindriyam avirincyat Nechhami te vilulitan uruvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya pashvam. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Ayushriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirincyat Nechhami te vilulitan uruvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya pashvam. Please recite. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Ayushriyam vibhavamayindriyam avirincyat Nechhami te vilulitan uruvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya pashvam. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Matajis. Tasmadamustanubhritam ahamashishoknya Ayushriyam vibhavamayindriyam avirincyat Nechhami te vilulitan uruvikramena कालात्मनोपनयमां निजभृत्यपाश्वम्. Word to word meaning, translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Tasmad, therefore, among all those opulences, Tanabhritam, with reference to living entities possessing material bodies. Aham, I, Ashishaknya, knowing well the results of such benedictions. Ayuhu, a long duration of life. Shriyam, material opulences. Vibhavam, influence and glories. Aindriyam, all meant for sense gratification. Avirinchat, beginning from Lord Brahma down to the small ant. Na, not. Ichhami, I want. Te, by you. Vilulitan, subject to be finished. Uruvikramena, who are extremely powerful. Kala Atmana, as a master of the time factor. Upanaya, kindly take to. Mam, me. Nijabhrityapashvam, the association of your faithful servant. Your devotee. Translation. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities. From Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. Purport. By studying Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, every intelligent man can get experience like that of Prahlada Maharaj through the historical incidents mentioned in this great literature of spiritual knowledge. By following in the footsteps of Prahlada Maharaj, one should gain thorough experience that all material opulence is perishable at every moment. Even this body for which we try to acquire so many sensual pleasures may perish at any time. The soul, however, is eternal. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul is never vanquished, even when the body is destroyed. An intelligent man, therefore, should care for the happiness of the spirit soul, not of the body. Even if one receives a body with a long duration of life, like those of Lord Brahma and the other great demigods, it will also be destroyed, and therefore an intelligent man should be concerned with the imperishable spirit soul. To save oneself, one must take shelter of a pure devotee. Narottam Das Thakur therefore says, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payeche Keba. If one wants to save himself from material nature's onslaughts, which arise because of the material body, one must become Krishna conscious and try to fully understand Krishna. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yo Vetti Tattvataha. One should understand Krishna in truth, and this one can do only by serving a pure devotee. Thus Prahlada Maharaj prays that Lord Nrisimhadeva place him in touch with a pure devotee and servant instead of awarding him material opulence. Every intelligent man within this material world must follow Prahlada Maharaj. Mahajano yena gata sapantha. Prahlada Maharaj did not want to enjoy the estate left by his father. Rather, he wanted to become a servant of the Lord. The illusory human civilization that perpetually endeavors for happiness through material advancement is rejected by Prahlada Maharaj and those who strictly follow in his footsteps. There are different types of material opulence, known technically as Bhukti, Mukti and Siddhi. Bhukti refers to being situated in a very good condition, like a position with the demigods in the higher planetary systems, where one can enjoy material sense gratification to the greatest extent. Mukti refers to being disgusted with material advancement and thus desiring to become one with the Supreme. Siddhi refers to executing a severe type of meditation, like that of the yogis, to attain 8 kinds of perfection, anima, laghima, mahima, etc. All who desire some material advancement through bhukti, mukti or siddhi are punishable in due course of time and they return to material activities. Prahlada Maharaj rejected them all. He simply wanted to engage as an apprentice under the guidance of a pure devotee. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sangana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnapadaya Krishna Vrishthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 Krishna. So this is one of the very important section of Bhagavatam wherein pure devotional service is mentioned. And Bhagavatam is full of beautiful prayers. In fact, someone thinks that Bhagavatam is full of stories. There are a lot of stories mentioned in Bhagavatam. But our Acharya says Bhagavatam is book of prayers. Like in the first canto, what prayers? Kunti Maharani prayers, Bhishma Pitamaha prayers, right? Then Uttara, prayers by Uttara, Mother Uttara. Arjuna's prayers starting. Then Vyasadeva. So many prayers. Second canto also, if you see like Brahmaji's prayers, right now what we are reading is second canto. Sorry, right now we are in the Nrisimha Chaturdashi, we are reading seventh canto, but in our regular Bhagavatam classes we are reading second canto. Prayers, Brahmaji's prayers, right? Then Devahuti prayers. Dhruva Maharaj prayers, Bharat Maharaj prayers, Chitraketu Maharaj prayers. So, Bhagavatam is full of prayers, and these prayers are all about pure devotional service, glorifying the Lord and Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So this means what? You can please the Lord by prayers. You can please the Lord by prayers. You can get the attention of the Lord only by prayers. That's what we do every day. We are offering our prayers to spiritual master, Guru Vastakam, starting Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. I offer my respectful obeisances, right? Guru Puja, or even the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra chanting that would, it's a prayer to the Lord that please engage me in your service. Radharani, please engage me in your service, Radha and Krishna. So prayers are very powerful. Even sometimes Srila Prabhupada would used to pray to the deities. Once Someone asked, Prabhupada, what are you praying for? What are you praying for? You are already liberated soul. You are a pure devotee. What are you praying for? What Prabhupada said? I am praying for my disciples because they don't know how powerful is Maya. So here you see Prahlada Maharaj. He is saying that at the what is the age of Prahlada Maharaj? 5 years. At the age of 5 years, he is saying that I have complete experience of the worldly opulence. Interesting, right? At the age of 5 years, he has the complete experience of the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity, and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities. He knows about that. So, one gets knowledge in 3 ways. By hearing, we understand, we get knowledge, right? And such people are top class. Just by hearing, they get the understanding. Second one is, they have to experience. They have to experience and they get the knowledge. The third one is, even after experience, they don't get the realization of the knowledge. And Prahlada Maharaj, he's saying he knows everything. He has understanding of everything about material opulence, mystic powers, material pleasures. And from Lord Brahma and to the small ant, he knows everything about them. He knows about time, how powerful it is, how time destroys everything. Kalosmi. Mritya sarva haraschaham kalosmi bharatarshava. Because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. The mood of Prahlada Maharaj, if you read all these prayers, is very pure. He just wants to glorify the Lord and even he thinks that even I glorify the Lord, I should not, or no one should think that I am so great. What a wonderful glorification he is doing. That is a consciousness. That is actually humbleness. Humbleness doesn't mean not doing something. Humbleness means doing something but not taking credit for it. That is the mood of Prahlada Maharaj here. Humility, humbleness, sometimes we tell someone, can you do this? Oh, Prabhuji, I am not qualified. I don't feel qualified to do. No, we should, any service is there, we should do, but at the same time, we should be away from any kind of proprietorship or aham and mam, me and mine consciousness. That is what we learn from Prahlada Maharaj here. And the only desire that Prahlada Maharaj is asking is that place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. This is as a devotee, one's only desire should be this, that to serve under a guidance of a pure devotee. Because in our sampradaya, in the Vaishnava sampradaya, the more blessings, the more realization or the more protection you get when you are under the shelter of devotees. A sincere, place me to serve him as a sincere servant, place me under your pure devotee. Like when Prabhupada went to, America, he preached, he made so many disciples, right? Now, ultimately, our connection is with Krishna, because we all are part and parcels of Lord Krishna. Mamayvamso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. So these disciples, these people, when they came to Krishna consciousness, they understood what is the goal of life, who are they, what is Bhagavad Gita and all. But in their mind, more than Krishna, whom they know is Prabhupada. That's what they say. We don't know who is Krishna, we don't know who is Rama. We only know what Prabhupada is. We are in front of him, we are serving him, we are hearing from him. We only know what Prabhupada is. We are just surrendered to Prabhupada. So in that way, when we just surrender to a pure devotee, that itself is sufficient to take us back to home, back to Godhead. And that is because with our tiny brain, we cannot understand the Supreme Lord, right? We cannot understand. If these purports are not there, how would I have understood Bhagavatam? Prabhupada has given translations, purports, so therefore we could understand it. In other sampradayas, you will be surprised, to give a class on Bhagavatam is something so great, To give a class on Bhagavatam is such a exalted thing. Not everyone, not 1 year devotee, 2 year devotee, 3 year devotee, giving Bhagavatam class. It's not like that in other sampradayas. Acharyas would give Bhagavatam class. Reading Bhagavatam anyone can do, but sitting on a Vyasadeva and giving Bhagavatam class, Acharyas would do. You see other sampradayas, those who are so much churned they have churned the Vedic knowledge, practicing from so many years, they are guiding thousands of people, they can do. But in ISKCON, as the knowledge, the philosophy, the books given by Srila Prabhupada, they are so clear. Even a 6 months, 1 year devotee practicing Krishna consciousness, they can give Bhagavatam class. Right? That is the glory of Prabhupada. How crystal clear the philosophy is. It's so clear. Anyone who reads, Prabhupada says, anyone who reads these books, they are sure to become Krishna conscious. Right? Prabhupada says that. Such crystal clear it is. So in this, Prahlada Maharaj is very sincerely praying that I don't want any kind of these opulences, because I know about them. I know the temporary nature of that. I do not wish to possess them. My only wish is to please place me in touch with a pure devotee so that I can serve him as a sincere servant. Such a pure desire he has. This is the reason for which we join as a full-time devotee. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is it the reason? This is the reason, right? To serve the Srila Prabhupada's mission, right? But after we come, after a few years, something happens. Something happens and something changes and our priorities change. So one should be very careful with what desire we had come. Imagine the day that you had decided to join full-time in ISKCON. What was there in your mind? So that same consciousness we have to maintain. Kamalochan Prabhu, now Bhakti Padma Swami Maharaj, Bhakti Padma Saurabha Pracharaka Swami Maharaj, he says, previously when he used to take classes for us, he would say every 6 months a full-time devotee, a brahmachari, he should think, every 6 months he should think why he joined ISKCON. Why he joined as a full-time devotee. He should think. Then you get the, You come to the track. For what I have joined for? What is my purpose? Very important, right? Otherwise, the mind takes to different things. Okay, can we go to next verse? कुत्राशिष श्रुतिसुखा मृगतृष्णिरूपा क्वेदं कलेवरमशेषरुजां विरोह निर्विद्यते न तु जनो यदपीति विद्वान् कामानलं मधुलवै शमयन् दुरापै. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. You all know mirage? Mirage or mirage? Mirage. What is that? How many doesn't know what is mirage? Who doesn't know? You don't know. Others know? Mirage? When you are sometimes going on the road, you find some water. But when you go there, you find there is no water. So in the desert, when you are walking, of course I never walked in desert. If someone has an experience, it appears, some animals they are walking. It appears that there is some water in some place. But when they go, when they run, it's very dry, very hot. They run and see that there is no water. Total internal reflection, as per physics. So it is like that in this material world. The happiness, the future happiness, the materialistic propaganda, you purchase this, you will get happiness. Your struggle will decrease, your labor will decrease. You can purchase washing machine, so you did not do physical labor to wash clothes. You can purchase car, so you need not walk, you need not be in pollution. You can get one nice home. That's how people do propaganda. You can get loan. You can pay so and so interest. We will give you loan at minimum interest. We will give you credit card. We will give you mobile or some gold. Gold loans also. There are so many things wherein the material propaganda, they give so many options so that you feel that you can be happy in this material world with different things. But Prahlada Maharaj is saying that all these desires of future happiness, they are like the mirages in the desert. Once you go there, you find, it's nothing. Where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well. But nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain. But because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. So Prahlada Maharaj is asking, where is happiness in this material world? It is only because of unable to control the senses, they run after so-called happiness of the material world. So-called happiness, it is limited, but it is not unlimited, which the soul wants. Soul wants unlimited happiness. But there is limited happiness. That's why it is called so-called happiness. Purport. There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burned to ashes. This illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it, but nonetheless one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time. There were many politicians who planned empires, supremacy and control of the world. But in due time, all their plans and empires and even the politicians themselves were vanquished. The Great Britain, in those times, 100 years back, it was called the empire where the sun never sets. Because their presence is there all over the world. So therefore, it is an empire where the sun never sets. Now it is so small, it is an empire where the sun never rises only. Such a small. Prabhupada went to London. Prabhupada, how are you feeling here? I feel like hell. In hell there is no sun, in London also there is no sun. Hardly there is sunshine there. No. So from where they came to where? So material world is like that. The material plans, empires, supremacy, control, they come to zero in due course of time. Everyone should take lessons from Prahlada Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. All of us repeatedly make plans which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making. See, Prabhupada very clearly is saying, one should stop such plan making. Because we repeatedly make plans and we repeatedly frustrated. So, stop such plan making. So, what are those plans? What are the plans? Power. Power, wealth, fame. If you see the above line, everyone should take lessons from Prahlada Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. So basically, those activities which are towards sense gratification, sense enjoyment, bodily exercises for sense enjoyment, for the so-called temporary happiness. Any material activity, any activity which is not bhakti, which is not Krishna conscious, this is what plan making. And all these plans will get repeatedly frustrated. As one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. When you put ghee in the fire, what happens? The fire increases. So similarly, when one satisfies the senses, the enjoyment propensity increases, the desires increases more. The desires become more strong. The blazing fire is Bhavamaha Davagni, the forest fire of material existence. This forest fire occurs automatically without endeavor. Sometimes in the forest, the fire occurs, suddenly, suddenly it occurs. No one knows how it comes up. Shastra gives one example like, due to heavy wind, there is a friction between the dried bamboos, and then that causes fire. We want to be happy in this material world, but this will never be possible. See how strong the statements are here, isn't it? Prahlada Maharaj's statements, Prabhupada's purpose, very clear, very strong, straightforward. Very important section of Bhagavatam. We want to be happy in this material world, but this will never be possible. Which school taught us this? Tell me. Every school, college, university, they teach, you can be happy in this material world. You can make big buildings. You can make big money. You can go to foreign trips. You can enjoy. That's what the world says. But here you see, this is the truth. We want to be happy in the material world, but this will never be possible. This will never be possible. If you want to be happy in this material world, this will never be possible. We will simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. Rather, we have to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. So clear, so crystal clear. The nature of material happiness. No. These are all illusory thoughts, plans. Because just like oil cannot mix with water. Oil has a different nature. Water has a different nature. Both cannot mix, right? If you put oil on water, it floats. It doesn't mix with water. Both natures are different. Similarly, matter can never satisfy the soul. Because natures are different. Soul nature is different. Matter nature is different. How much you may try, it can never satisfy. Matter can never satisfy the spirit. Only spiritual things can satisfy the spirit. Chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting, reading, hearing Bhagavatam. This is so sublime. One should be fortunate to hear Bhagavatam actually. One should be fortunate enough to sit, hear Bhagavatam. It is a great privilege, it's a great fortune to hear Bhagavatam, to read Bhagavatam. It's a great fortune. How many people in the crores and crores of population of this world, how many people read and hear Bhagavatam, which is pure subject matter? See, Prahlada Maharaj, what he doesn't have, he has everything. He is the son of a great king, right? Who can even terrorize the devatas. What he doesn't have, just with a chutki, he can get everything. He need not do a job in a company to get salary, earn some money. No. Just with a flap of his hands, he can get anything that he desires. But what is he desiring for? He is desiring, just my Lord, keep me in touch of a pure devotee so that I can serve him. What a great desire this is. Right? And with full knowledge, it is not out of sentiment, with full realization, the nature of the material world, nature of material pleasure, material enjoyment. He knows everything about that. So, to hear these things, I feel, these are so sublime things. To pay attention to these things is also a great fortune created by our acharyas. Otherwise, we are just in the dark well of material enjoyment. We are just stuck in that. Therefore, Bhagavatam, Krishna Swadhamo Bhagate Dharmajnanadibhisaha Kalau Nashta Drishamesha Puranarko Dunodita. This is like the sun. After Krishna left this world, the light of knowledge is coming from this Bhagavatam, which is like the sun emanating the light of knowledge. What Prabhupada is writing, we shall be happy only by surrendering to Krishna. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. If you don't opt for Krishna, you will opt for Maya, and then that will continue and we shall continue to suffer material conditions. Next. Kvaham rajaprabhava isha tamodhikesmin jata suretara kule kvatavanukampa na brahmano na tu bhavasya na vairamaya yanmerpitas shirasi patmakara prasadaha. O my Lord, O Supreme, because I was born in a family full of the hellish material qualities of passion and ignorance, what is my position and what is to be said of your causeless mercy, which was never offered even to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune Lakshmi? You never put your lotus hand upon their heads, but you have put it upon mine. Prahlada Maharaj is feeling so greatly fortunate. At the same time, he is understanding how, what is my position? I am nothing. I was born in a demoniac family. I don't have any qualification. It is just your causeless mercy, which was even not offered, not blessed upon even to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, goddess of fortune. Yeah, we say, Lord Shiva, Vaishnavanam Yathashama, is the greatest Vaishnava. But we never heard the Supreme Lord putting his hand on Lord Shiva and blessing. There was no situation. Not even Brahma, not even Lakshmi. Lakshmi is always pressing the lotus feet. But Lord never put his hand and blessed. No. So this is a greatly fortunate, thing for Prahlada Maharaj. He is feeling so greatly fortunate. Prahlada Maharaj was surprised at the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. For although Prahlada was born in a demoniac family, and although the Lord had never before placed his lotus hand on the head of Brahma, Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, his constant companion, Lord Nrisimhadeva, kindly placed his hand on the head of Prahlada. This is the meaning of causeless mercy. The causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead may be bestowed upon anyone regardless of his position in this material world. Everyone is eligible to worship the Supreme Lord irrespective of his material position. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahmabhoyaya kalpate. So Krishna says, one who engages in pure devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the modes of the material nature and then comes to the level of Brahman. Anyone who engages in continuous devotional service to the Lord is situated in the spiritual world and has nothing to do with material qualities. So in this way, Prahlada Maharaj is feeling so blessed. Next sloka. Naisha paravaramatir bhavato nanusyaj jantor yathatma suhrudo jagatas tathapi samsevaya suratator ivate prasada सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम्. Unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies, the favorable and the unfavorable, because for you there is no conception of higher and lower. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to the level of one's service, exactly as a desire tree delivers fruits according to one's desires and makes no distinction between the lower and higher. So here the Lord is impartial. He does not discriminate between friends and enemies, favorable or unfavorable. There is no conception of, oh, he is from higher family, oh, he is from lower family. No, there is no conception as such in the mind of God. So he sees everyone equally. Just like a desire tree gives fruits, fulfills the desires according to one's desires and doesn't make any distinction between high or low. Next, 28. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kamabhikamanuya prapatan prasangat कृत्वात्मसात् सुरर्षिणा भगवन् गृहीतः सोऽहं कथं नु विसृजे तव भृत्य सेवाम्. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narad Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service? As you all know, when Prahlada Maharaj, he was in the womb of his mother, Narad Muni gave the knowledge, right? Bhagavatam. So that is the duty of a disciple to serve the spiritual master, because the spiritual master saves disciple from the blind well full of snakes. What is this blind well? Material world. What are the snakes? Desires. Sensual desires. These senses only act like snakes and they bite us. Just like Krishna says in the second chapter, Sthita Prajna section, Krishna says that Kurmangani va sarvashaha. Avasthita Prajna, how does he sits, right? Sthitapragnasya kavasha samadhistasya keshava sthitati kim prabhaseta kim asita vrajeta kim asita. How does he sit? That means how does he control his senses? Then Krishna says that just like a tortoise, the tortoise takes its senses inside. Because the senses are like poisonous snakes which bite the living entity. And Radhesham Prabhu gives one example. So how do we control these senses? Snakes like senses. How does a snake charmer control the senses? By playing the music. Pew, pew, pew. He plays the music, no? So just like the snake charmer controls the senses with playing music which is charming to the snakes, we should be dancing to the tunes of Hare Krishna. Then your senses are controlled. Your eyes, your tongue, everything is engaged in the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we tune ourselves, now before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were tuned to movie songs, right? And some movie song is played, suddenly our fingers start beating, our legs start beating, our mind, it gets tuned with it and we start singing. Similarly, we should tune to the sounds of Hare Krishna mantra, vibrations. Then the senses which are like the snakes, they are under your control. They will not bite you. They are under your control. So in this way, great lessons Prahlada Maharaj is, it is so amazing, it is so relishing actually to read these prayers of Prahlada Maharaj. They are so wonderful, so amazing. They give a full picture of the nature of this material world. And what is the truth, what is the reality here, what is our goal, what we should aim for, what we should desire for, where we should go, what is the goal of life, so that we don't waste this human life unnecessarily in temporary materialistic things which are ultimately going to give anyways miseries, as Prahlada Maharaj says, as Prabhupada says in the purport, which are all illusory thoughts and plans which goes in the mind about material life, material enjoyment. So by reading Bhagavatam like this, hearing, we can be saved from these unnecessary entanglements and perfect our life and go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if you see the life of Prahlada Maharaj, so when he was in the womb, when Kayadu was being arrested, that time Narada Muni tells demigods that he is already Mahabhagavat. So is already pure devotee. Did he become pure devotee of the Lord because of Lord's benediction or because of hearing from Narada Muni?
No, there is a story in the previous life. Prahlada Maharaj, he performs one fasting, one vrata he performs that, by which he gains that lot of pious credits, he gains that. The next life he takes birth as a great devotee. It is already there. It is in the Brahmanda Purana or Nrisimha Purana. This story comes about the past life of Prahlada Maharaj. I think he does fasting on Nrisimha Chaturdashi only. Someone remembers that story? He does that. It just happens. He happens to do fasting on Nrisimha Chaturdashi, and then he gets so much blessings out of that. when he takes birth in that as a Prahlad. That story is there. So he is already great personality, and then by touch of Narad Muni, he became much more advanced. Hare Krishna. Gantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru